Hi, everybody. Welcome to Something to Talk About. My name is Taco, and this is my Song of Ice and Fire series. Today, I'll be covering Steelshanks Walton. This was a request from a guy named the fourth time I'm covering one of his requests. But yeah, so if you've never been here before, I cover a Song of Ice and Fire characters. I do it all in one big long take. I just yell at the camera. I do say a lot, and that's just something that you're gonna have to deal with. I like the improvisational feel I have when I just go, right? But I do have these cards to read off so I don't get too lost. You guys cool? All right, should we go? This is my Song of Ice and Fire series. I have so many characters. Go check them out. All right, so today we're talking about Steelshanks Walton. Again, I cover smaller characters who haven't made it into the show and who are not POV characters. This guy is a rather small character, but he's got some juice to him. All right. He is the captain of the guards. Walton, known as Steelshanks Walton, is a captain in service to Roose Bolton. He was in the show. I'm breaking one of my rules. In the television adaptation, he is played by Jamie Mitchell. So this character is in the show. And he's not even like, sometimes I cover characters who are like in the background over there. He's not. He's got lines. He does part of his thing in here. But I'm breaking one of my rules. Who cares, really? It's just rules I place on myself, because I'm kind of OCD. But I put rules on myself a lot. But this was a request from somebody. There isn't, he's not like a huge character. So I'm going to cover him. Breaking a rule. Breaking the rules. Walton is tall and dour. He's a tall and dour man, as known as Steelshanks for the steel greaves he wears over his long legs. He has long legs because he's tall. Walton also armors himself in a mail shirt and wields a spear. Steelshanks is loyal and brutal, but not cruel. We're going to be talking about that multiple times. He's not kind of sadistic, like Bolton's men and, kind of the people who are hanging out around Harrenhal around that time, like the Brave Companions kind of all have a reputation. He doesn't. He's brutal because he has to be, but he's not like a sadistic guy. So House Bolton, I usually cover the house that they belong to for my second slide, but he doesn't belong to any house because he is lowborn. He's just a man-at-arms. But since he is sworn into the service of House Bolton, we'll talk about House Bolton. House Bolton of the Dreadfort is a noble house in the north. They are an old line descended from the first men and dating back to the Age of Heroes. The Boltons are known for their practice of flaying their enemies. Yeesh. Once called Red Kings, their words are, "Our blades are sharp." According to the Bolton servant Reek, Lord Roose Bolton believes a naked man has few secrets, but a flayed man has none. Yeah, that's pretty messed up. That's pretty dark. All right, so let's talk about Steelshanks. So we set it up. We know what he looks like. He's tall, got long legs. There's steel on them. Cool. He's part of the Boltons. So where do we meet him? So we meet him in Harrenhal. Walton is part of Lord Roose Bolton's force that captures Harrenhal. He assists with the executions of servants who aided House Lannister. It's a little dark. After Arya kills a Bolton guard and escapes from Harrenhal, the girl thinks Roose will send Walton or the Brave Companions to pursue her. So even though he's not overly cruel, she still fears him. And that's probably just because he's really loyal to Roose. So in the book, unlike the show, she works hand in hand, not with Tywin Lannister in the show, but with Roose Bolton. So when she leaves and gets a guard killed so she can leave, she angers the Boltons doing this. And so she's afraid that Roose is going to send Steelshanks Walton after her. She also goes by Nan at this point. But yeah. Escorting the Kingslayer. So, Walton commands Sir Jaime Lannister's escort of 200 men from Harrenhal to King's Landing. This is the time that you would see him in the show. This part of his story is in the show. Jaime persuades him with the promise of gold to turn back so Jaime can save Brianna Tarth from Vargo Hoat. Yay, it's one of the best Jaime moments. After Jaime jumps into the castle's bear pit to save Brienne from a bear, Steelshanks' crossbowmen slay the bear to protect Jaime's life. And that's when Steelshanks is like, no, I don't care. I'm going to like ruin all your guys' fun. It's a brave companion that's like Locke in the show, but it's the brave companions and Vargo Hoat's like, hey, why are you killing the bear? He's like, dude, because Roose told me to get Jaime to Castle or to the Red Keep. So screw off. I'm going to kill your dumb bear. And yeah, he does. So Trouble in Winterfell. Wow. I'm skipping one. All right. They were in wrong order. Okay, cool. King's Landing and Arya Stark. Arya. Upon their arrival at King's Landing, Walton and his men are rewarded the gold they are promised. Sir Balon Swan finds quarters for the Bolton men. Oh, that's nice. Little Balon Swan. Little Balon Swan. After Gregor the Bounty, Clegane, slays Oberyn the Vipey, Martell in a trial by combat, Walton takes possession of a girl claimed to be Arya, and he has a small but friendly conversation with Jaime. Walton's party departs the capital to bring the girl to Lord Roose, as the girl is to marry Ramsay Bolton. Uh-oh, that's not good. The Kemet House... Oh, the Claimant House Bolton's... All right. And cement. There we go. Oh, my God. I can't... You know how often I fail at reading my own words? All right. Cement Roose Bolton's claim over Winterfell. The girl is actually Jane Poole. Whoa! All right. So it's Sansa in the show who marries Ramsay, but in the book, it's Jane Poole, one of Sansa's friends that they forced to look like Arya and pretend, and it's called... She's normally referred to in the fandom as fake Arya. Never Fagaria, which I feel like we're missing something there. We should probably call it Fagaria. Oh, it sounds too much like Fagaria. I just realized. Fagaria. Anyways, so he's the person who he talks to Jaime and he's like, hey, I'm going to get not Arya to Winterfell. And Jaime's like, cool. Well, it's more like, cool. You only got the one hand. You can't snap it both. And leaves. So that's something he's doing. So he goes down to the Kingslayer, comes back with Arya Stark. Important jobs this guy gets. Trouble in Winterfell. Walton commands Roose's guards while the new Warden of the North stays in Barrowton. Walton then travels with Lord Bolton to Winterfell for the wedding of Ramsay to Arya, who's actually Jane. After several men-at-arms have been found dead, the tensions arise from the blizzards. Walton escorts Theon Greyjoy to a meeting with Roose, Lady Barbary Dustin, Roger Riswell, and Aenys Frey. Steelshanks and his men break up the fight between the Manderleys in the frays. When Sir Hostine Frey attacks Wyman Manderley, Wyman Manderley's multiple chins, his throat is nearly slit open but his knights intervene. And Wyman's wounds are treated by Maester Madrick. Roose orders Wyman to have his men march on Stannis from the Winterfell's gates. So, again, Steelshanks is kind of like around for most of this. His story isn't that good. Isn't that big, right? He's a man-at-arms. He walks over here, he walks back. He breaks this up. He's with Roose during this. Why is he important? Well, the fandom actually has a couple theories. Also, he's like the good Bolton. He's not an evil guy, and that's kind of cool. Just like a Bolton who's like, I'm not sadistic, Oh, kill that guy. Well, I'll kill him, but I'm not going to torture him. but we're Boltons. We're not all psychos. Good Bolton? Domeric? Okay. So people seem to really dig this dude, probably why he was requested. And this seems because he is a Bolton man that doesn't seem too bad. Compared to Ramsay, his men, and the guys at Harrenhal, like the Brave Companions, he sticks out as a decent guy just doing his job. There's also extreme crackpot theory that he is actually Roose Bolton's true-born son that was most likely killed by his bastard Ramsay. Domeric, or Domeric, whichever one you want to call him. I'll call him Domeric. The theory states that Domeric faked his own death so Ramsay stops trying to kill him. Because if he's dead, Ramsay won't keep trying to kill him. Roose has Domeric pretend to be Steelshanks. This would explain why Roose doesn't seem angry with Ramsay for killing his heir. Because one weird thing is if Ramsay killed Domeric, why does Roose treat Ramsay well? Well, maybe it's because he still needs an heir. Or maybe it doesn't matter. Don't need to treat him bad. He's going to get all this stuff and he's going to do his own thing. I have the real Domeric right here. I don't believe this theory, but Roose has Domeric pretend to be Steelshanks. The ages don't really match up, but that can be explained as him and Roose are skin-stealing vampires. Lol. Yeah. I read a whole Reddit theory, and I didn't read it. I read the Reddit, and somebody was like, okay, the ages don't match up. And then the person who came up with it's like, yeah, they're skin-stealing immortal vampires. Like, oh yeah, duh. Well, if we're believing that, I don't know, do you guys think that there's any weight to Domeric actually being Steelshanks? Or not? Is this just a cool guy? Maybe he's just a cool guy. That might be it. He's just a cool dude. Thank you. I'm not really much of a theory guy. There are the theory guys out there. Go check out your Preston Jacobs and people like that who like their theories. Your in-deep geeks and stuff like that. I just report the small characters. Like, hey, remember this guy? He's a cool dude. And then if there's a little bit of theory, I try to cover what the theories are, but I never try to convince anybody with them. If you like them and if you agree with the theory, cool. All right, that was it. That was my Steelshanks Walton. Kind of a short one, only 13 minutes, but stay tuned. I am cranking out so many of these. I'm doing 2 a week, every week. And yeah, I've been just having a lot of fun. So please like, subscribe. And if you want to see someone covered who you request, I've only covered requests for one dude, and that's RealTalkOrWalk. And now I've done 4 vids for him. So if you have a couple people who you think might fit, let me know. They might not fit, so don't get mad at me. But if they do, I'll cover them. All right. Have a good one, guys, and stay out of bear pits.